Hi guys, hopefully I'm live. I'm back, and so is the Premier League for 2026-2027, and hopefully it will be a good season. Hopefully it will be a good season, and we'll have some good times. Good times talking with each other. Good matches and whatnot. Too much. Arsenal. They are the defending champions. They are taking on newly promoted Coventry City and it will be extremely tough for them, but we'll see how far they can go and where they get to. The team news is out. Obviously, for no Bruno Guimaraes for Arsenal. He's out for a few weeks, based on what I've heard. So let's see uh, where we go. We will be talking about the team news and everything that's out there to be talking about. But what was I going to do? Yeah, so we will be talking about team news, but this is the Premier League opener, and there is there's a lot to be talking about. There is a lot to be talking about, and we sure will get into it because Frank Lampard had an amazing record against Arsenal. Scored plenty of goals, scored plenty of winners. Was alongside Didier Drogba, was one of the chief, what how would you call it? What's the word? The word that I'm missing. Tormentor, chief tormentor of Arsenal. But things have changed. Arsenal are the overwhelming favorites here, and Arsenal are the overwhelming favorites. On the other hand, we have Yeah, so I am back, as you can see, and the game is scheduled to kick off in about next 3-4 minutes. Let's see how the game takes place. Obviously, you would expect the Premier League champions to be dominant and in possession and whatnot. Of course, we are coming off a World Cup where a lot of these players participated and were, in many cases, like in the case of Saka, Madueke, Rice, they were involved till almost the very last day of the tournament, and they'd be. You probably don't expect them to be at full fitness levels. Let's see how far uh, how far they go and how far they can stretch themselves, and how many minutes they can play. Will they be at their very best? I don't think so. Especially Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard. Um, yeah, Saliba is of course out injured, and then we've got Timber out injured. I know the team news is out, and I will be talking about the team news again, again. I will be talking about the team news, but I mean, like, there is. I do realize that there is some internet issue, and trying to get it fixed as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, new rule changes, everything. I haven't touched on that just yet. And I mean, World Cup, for whatever it was, in my opinion, perhaps one of the worst World Cups ever. For whatever it was, a couple of positives, that the games were allowed to flow. There wasn't too much diving, etc. And some of it is coming into this. So I don't think we'll see games where we'll have 8 7 8 minutes of edit time. I mean, too many games. There might be a couple of games here there somewhere, but I don't think, in the overall scheme of things, I don't think there will be too many games like that. So I mean, let's go to the team news. We'll talk about those as well, and we'll talk about the team news as well, and how it is, and and I mean, obviously, David Raya, he was the backup to Unai Simon in the Spanish team. Third choice, I think, behind Spanish team. Third choice, I think, behind Unai Simon and John Garcia of Barcelona. So that's he's I mean, he's obviously on a high. Benjamin White, or Ben White, Mosquera and Gabriel at the center of defense. Ricardo Calafiori, he scored in the opening minute of the FA Community Shield. So he'll be he'll be he'll be I mean, excited. Obviously, as an Italian, he would have been desperately disappointed that his team couldn't qualify for the World Cup. They lost out to Bosnia and Herzegovina, but that's in the past. That's the back four: White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori. I don't know what's the deal with him. Capie. As far as I can see, Hincapie is not on the bench, and so in midfield, Rice, Miles Lewis Kelly, who's been linked with an exit, but I don't think that will happen. Odegaard, who was absolutely sensational in the game against uh, Manchester City, scored a brilliant goal. I mean, left Donnarumma for dead. Then we had we have I mean, that's the midfield. Obviously, as I said, no Bruno Guimaraes. He's out, injured for at least a month and a half. That's what I read. 6 weeks. I mean, 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, I don't know whether he'll be fully fit or not, but it will be what it will be. Then we have Saka starting on the right. He scored a hat trick against France in the third and fourth place playoff. Christophe Zolis of, I mean, he was formerly with Club Brugge in Belgium, obviously a Greek. I mean, maybe not so obvious, but he is a Greek international. And Kai Havertz, who also scored against against Arsenal against Manchester City in the FA Community Shield in Wembley, and that's their team. And just to let you know, Hincapie is on the bench. I don't know what I was looking at. So Kepa on the bench, Hincapie is Gyökeres, Madueke, Vaneri, Marino, and we have Zubimendi, who I think might be fourth or fifth choice this season. You never know. And Max Dauman. I mean, Rice playing. He played so many games last season. This season again. I mean, Arsenal will be involved in a lot of deals, a lot of games. So we'll see how it turns out for Declan Rice if he can pull out another monumental season. You never know. You never know how how well he does. But we'll see how he goes about it. And yeah, that's where I am with that thing and that's about Arsenal. I'll come back to Arsenal, but we'll also talk about Coventry City. Of course, Frank Lampard is the uh, is the manager. As I said, uh, uh, very unlucky last season. They lost out to Sunderland in the uh, in the uh, in the playoffs. Last minute goal by Dan Ballard, and then this season. I mean, I think or last season. I mean, the previous season to that. Last season they got promoted, and then this season, of course, in the Premier League after so many years, more than 20 plus years outside of the outside of the outside of the Premier League, and the first and I'd say the only goal right now in front of them would be just to stay in the league. Frank Lampard, of course, hasn't had the best of times in the uh, in the Premier League as manager, whether it be with Chelsea, whether it be with Everton. I mean, dare I say, sacked twice at Chelsea, where he was he's still a legend. You are always a legend. The legends never. I mean, you never lose that tag. So their team, you can see when Avik, Evike, Thomas, Emanika, or what's his name, Amanda Da Silva. I mean, I don't even know any of them. Carl Rushworth, who they have bought from Brighton, is the goalkeeper. Did well for them last season, and he was on loan there. Now they bought him, and then Grimes, Frank Onyeka from Brentford, and Yirinaki and Loom Shauna, who they bought from Burnley. Brendan Thomas Asante, who I know was at West Brom for a long time. So Brendan Thomas Asante, who's a goodish sort of a striker, did well at West Brom, got his move, and then since then I don't know how where he has been. Ellis Sims, who you may have seen on the cover, he he was with Everton. I thought he might I might stay at Everton, but obviously he was sold to Coventry when Everton had a chance. So I mean, like in that ways, I don't know where Ellis Sims ranks, but he's done well. I mean, I think he played in that game when Manchester United drew 3-3 with the Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final when Ten Hag was the manager. So I think he played in that game and yeah. So that's their team. Obviously, you'd expect you'd expect Arsenal to absolutely steamroll past Coventry, but you never know. I mean, they might not know. I don't know how fit, but just going by what we saw in the just going by what we saw in the Community Shield, you'd expect what do you call Arsenal to just be too good for just be too good for how can I say just be too good for Coventry City, and and that's what I am expecting with this game, and that's what I'm expecting with this game, and we'll obviously see where it goes from here. Um, what else? Mikel Arteta, he's been doing a lot of television interviews. He's been doing a lot of television interviews lately. Obviously, you would expect a couple of days ago, or even yesterday, was the Premier League launch day. Was the Premier League launch day? They uh, they were talking about it. I mean, just to let you know, I am no Arsenal fan. I just don't even like Arsenal one little bit, and even one little bit, I just don't like them. And yeah, so everything he says, I find cringe. Even if it makes sense, I'll probably find it cringe. So that's as far as Arsenal are concerned. Obviously, as I said, steamrolled past Manchester City. Um, would be clear favorites tonight. Obviously, this is the first weekend. You'd expect the upsets are something that you see later in the season. I mean, now everyone will have their game face on, and they would like to get off to um get off to winning start. And I have this theory that whenever you are playing playing the first game of a major tournament or something that is starting out, you expect the big game players or the big name players to stand up, and then as the games as the as the games progress into the season, then you see games that have unlikely heroes and that whatnot. And this is just a theory that I have. This is just a theory that I have, and uh, I abide by that. That the first game of the season, you probably expect Saka to score. You'd expect Havertz to score. You'd expect Arsenal to keep a clean sheet. You'd expect Odegaard to just run the game from start to finish. Declan Rice, I mean, he'll probably not play 90 minutes, but however much he plays, he'll he'll uh, he'll probably give his best, and yeah, that's how I see it happening, and then and then we'll take it from there. I mean, still about 25 minutes to go by my reckoning, and for the match to begin, and still, what I would say is like this game. I don't know how I mean, like, we've talked mostly about all the things that there is to to talk about, and we'll we'll uh, we'll come back to that. But I mean, I also wanted to talk about some of the major transfers that have happened this far in the series. Arsenal, of course, the two players that they have bought, aren't involved. So this is basically the squad that they had last time round in 25-26 season. In 25-26 season, so and in 25-26 season, so they'd Bruno Guimaraes, of course, is out injured for and is out injured for a while. Is out injured for a while, so we'll wait and see when he returns. Probably be in October now. As far as I can see, before he can start games. Would have been interesting if he had been fit. Whose place he would have taken? And Ezri Konsa is another player. Solis is another one that they bought in. He starts. So I mean, like I don't know why Solis's name skipped my mind, but it is what it is, and it is what it is, and we'll see where it goes. Crap! I have spelt that name wrong. I need to correct that for fuck's sakes, man. What the hell am I doing? So that's one thing you would expect Bruno Guimaraes to come in and Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Guimaraes to come in later, and after apart from that, I just say Mr. Scene as well. Because no, I'm not talking about the team. So what we will also have is uh, Elliot Anderson. He's moved to Manchester City before the start of the season. Morgan Rogers has gone to Chelsea. A lot of managerial changes in the Premier League sphere as well. We've got uh, we've got Sandro Tonali Spurs. I mean, Spurs are spending money like drunken sailors. So Spurs spending money like drunken sailors, as the term that has been used by many people. They've signed Savinho. They'll probably sign uh, what's uh, what's the name? Uh, they'll probably sign Omar Mamouche as well. They've got Richarlison, Solanke. They've got Simmons, Odebear to come back. They've got Madison. They've got Kudush. They've got so many players, and on top of that, they've got in Fernandez. They've got Tonali, and so I mean, a lot of people are saying that they might not do as well as you'd expect them. But I think for first few months, I think they'll they'll uh, they'll be like a house on fire, and gobble everything up. Gobble everything up. So I don't know. I expect them to be on. I expect them to be on fire. I mean, from the very off, Deserby has had a preseason with them. I don't know who they played or what were the results that they got, but or what were the results that they got. But I expect them to, expect them to be doing reasonably well. But in terms of signings, etc., uh, Liverpool. I mean, I am surprised by the lack of their signings. They've signed Victor Munoz. Jeremy Jacquet has come in from Rennes. Um, they've let Salah let go, as in whatever they've done with him, they've done with him, and and Chelsea, they've got. I mean, they've done. I mean, something mixed, in terms of their team. They've got They've got, of course, got Rogers, Cole Palmer is there, Caicedo is there, Enzo Fernandez might leave for Man City, who let go of many people as well. Rodri has left. He's gone to he's gone to where is he gone to? He's gone to Barcelona. I mean, they bought in players like Welbeck and Henderson as well in terms of defense. They've got in Maxence Lacroix, fullback Marco Palestra. They've got in. So, of course, I'm talking about just the top teams right now. We will be during the course of the season. We will be talking about other teams and Manchester United. They've signed Andres Santos and Juri Tillemans. Carlos Baleba is very likely that he'll join. So in that ways, I mean, a lot of money has been spent, and a lot of money in the remaining 10, 11 days will be spent as well. And we'll obviously keep an eye out. I mean, on I am thinking of doing a video every day from I mean like midnight here to at least 1:30, talking about the day's transfer news, what's the big deals, and everything. So we will be dwelling on those and keeping an eye out on what Romano, Ornstein, and others have been saying on various issues, and we'll take it from there. We'll take it from there. Tomorrow, of course, the first Saturday of the Manchester United take on Hull, KC or whatever stadium there is. Um, they are called now. Then we have Spurs versus Brentford, 3 o'clock. Nothing special, I don't think. And then we have on Sunday we have Manchester City versus Bournemouth, and also Newcastle versus Liverpool. So um, I mean, as a Newcastle fan, I am uh, I am like waiting with bated breath as to what happens with the what happens with the Newcastle United and how. Yeah. So yeah, about 15 minutes to go. Sorry, got slightly distracted there, and but yeah, as I was saying. Some big deals, some new managers have come into the Premier Leagues, not least Matthias Jaisler at Newcastle, and Matthias Jaisler at Newcastle. I mean, I, I always used to think his name was Giselle, whatever. It was what it was, but Anyways, so where was I? And yeah, new managers, eight or nine of them. PSH at Crystal Palace, Fernando of what's his name, Xabi Alonso at Xabi Alonso at Chelsea, Matthias Jaissler at Newcastle, Andoni Raiola at Liverpool, Roberto deserve he was there last season at the end of last season. Newly promoted. You can take the names, but they, I mean, there obviously there will be three new managers. Frank Lampard, I've already talked about. We've already talked about. We've already talked about sorry, Frank Lampard, Gary O'Neill at Ipswich, and then at Hull. I don't know who the Hull manager even is, so apologies to him. And then we've got Marco Rosa at Bournemouth, um, Alvaro Arbeloa, former Real Madrid manager at Fulham. Michael Carrick was there last time round. He's been appointed full time. Who else? How many? Aston Villa, same manager. Brentford, Keith Andrews, Brighton, Bournemouth. Who else? Who else is there? I don't know. I mean, like, I think I've taken most of the names. I think Leeds, Daniel Farker, Sunderland, Reggie Lebris. He's there. Just 10 minutes to go, and it is getting really exciting with the game tomorrow. Manchester United. The game tomorrow even is about 16 hours away. So that's. I mean, it hits you once it's there. And once it's there, so it really does hit you hard and whatnot. So 10 minutes to go. Obviously, will where is my remote? That is my remote. Still, within arm's length. So uh, how do I say? I mean, even though Community Shield was played between two teams, that is, two teams that were Premier League teams. It's still something that you think is I mean, Premier League proper. I mean, it's still classified as a friendly Community Shield. But when the proper games start coming in, it's something. Something totally totally different. So yeah, these are the two teams. As you can see, official lineups from the official Twitter accounts of the two teams, and and yeah, just going uh, through them once again. David Raya, he starts in goal. Ben White deputizing for Julian Timber. Christian Mosquera signed from Valencia last season. Gabriel, I mean, he was the one at fault for the opening goal by Erling Haaland in the game that saw Brazil exit the tournament. Calafiori, I mean, Italian, scored in the game against Manchester City in the FA Community Shield. Then Rice, Lewis Kelly, Odegaard, balanced midfield, one right footer, two left footers, Saka, Zolis, Havertz. Interesting to see how Saka does. I don't know how how well Saka is in terms of physicality and physically how he's been doing. So I mean, last season spent a lot of time injured. I mean, not that it's his fault, but he was injured for a longish sort of a period, and uh, this season he would want to stay fit. I mean, didn't play much in the World Cup as well, although you never know whether he was injured or whether that was manager's choice. Although the best guess would be that why would a manager not choose him over Madwege or whoever was the option. Yeah, that's how it is, and that's how it is. And I mean, the excitement is building. 7 minutes to go for the start of the game. I mean, I've been talking so much, and my mouth is hurting slightly. So I'm going to slow myself down a little and allow myself some time to recover with my mouth because I usually don't talk that much, and so my mouth is starting to hurt a little, and yeah, I mean, and with the start of the Premier League, so just waiting for the game to start. I mean, there's so much I can talk about, but uh, just that my mouth is starting to hurt a little bit after talking so much, and there are so many good content creators out there, and a lot of people are tuning into those as well. So tuning into those as well, and yeah, just waiting for the score card from Google. I mean, it's a big commitment and big change of in terms of your life and everything because you are you I mean like it's like you are living uh, you are living 4.5 5.5 hours ahead of time, or from where I am at least. That's that's where you are or how you feel. So that's why the yawns and everything. And That's why the yawns and everything. Once we get used to it, we'll and just the waiting for the game to begin. Not long now, couple of minutes. A lot of fans tuning into the club television as well. A lot of fans, sorry, clubs to build up the game as well. So good on them for that. And yeah, if you're watching, please do consider liking. Just leave a like; it helps a great deal. You can consider subscribing as well, and you can consider subscribing as well. That would be a big help as well. So yeah, so yeah. I mean, from the last 32, 33 matches of the World Cup, obviously there won't be any extra time in this game. It'll be either a team winning or it will end in a draw. So that's a big positive. Because I was like when I was watching those games and on I was on YouTube. I was like, please God, no extra time, no extra time, and just like the Murphy's law, you'd expect there was there was extra time and there was extra time always. I mean, in the matches that you would least want it, there was extra time, and I'm pretty sure the game is now about to start, and the game, the Arsenal ground. I mean, the Emirates looks a picture. I mean, fans singing, of course, home of the defending champions, and yeah, full house. You would imagine, and we'll see how it goes, how it goes, and yeah, both teams, I think, in their usual colors. The game has kicked off, guys. If you're watching, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Helps, every bit helps, and let's see if Arsenal can repeat the doors. Oh, Coventry on the attack. First corner of the game. First corner of the game already. Blocked by Gabriel. And would be a big irony if Arsenal concede from a corner in the very first minute. Uh, Here comes the corner. Oh, I thought it was cleared, but it was more up than away. Good start by Coventry, I'd say this. Although having said that, someone tried a skill, it didn't come off. Scalafiori, Ben White. I mean, Arsenal last season were a tough watch. I mean, in a game against Burnley. I mean, in the second half, the game ball was in play for 16 or 19 minutes, something like that, just that much. Even against Brighton, it was very, very, very little. The, the last season, Arsenal didn't receive a single red card, didn't concede a single penalty. I mean, would be a big surprise if that were to happen again, but you never know what's in store. Odegaard dropping deep. Last week he was getting forward quite a lot and but this time I don't know what's the reason he's not not getting forward that much. Uh, just realized the clock wasn't working, so just made sure that Rashford. I mean, it would be a massive upset if Arsenal don't get uh, don't get 3 points tonight. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. And, if you're watching, please do consider liking. I mean, Ben White in possession. I mean, he is coming off 2 seasons where he's been ravaged by injuries as well. So, could had the potential to be a good ball, but I mean, one of the center halves did it. Cautious start by both teams. Cautious start by both teams. I mean, 4 minutes in, first game of the season, you don't want to be in a position where Rashford goes long. Good hold up play there. A good start by Coventry. I'd say confident start without doing much. I mean, they had the only corner and the even first scare sort of, but his Arsenal on the attack with Odegaard. Too many touches. Could have played in Solis. Now Solis gets it over the bar and wide, way wide. Goal kick. I thought Odegaard took too many touches, but I mean, however many predictions I've seen, 99% of them have said that Arsenal will win the Premier League this season. I mean, they've never defended a Premier League title. Saka, his effort blocked, goes down too easily. Ellis seems the pass to him wasn't the best. I think was it Sims or Brandon Thomas? I mean, his nickname Bat. No, BTA, not Bat. When he was signed from a non-league team by West Brom. Both teams now look far more comfortable than chance. Oh, wide corner. I mean, Amanda with the block there. Arsenal could have opened the scoring there. On a taken shot. Oh, blocked again on the line. Arsenal now, starting to pile up the pressure on Coventry City. And, I mean, one thing I did not like from Arsenal last time round was all the diving that they did in the game. Without Rashford would have saved it if the person wasn't there on the line. Now Arsenal cranking up the pressure, foul or offside, offside. I mean, left footer might have taken a shot there, but yeah, I would have fancied a Premier League level goalkeeper to save there. Solis plays it out to California. It was Havertz. Little Rice over the bar. I mean, Arsenal are now getting into the groove, firing shots left, right, and center. I mean, good play there by Coventry. I mean, I'm impressed the way they, they're not just sitting back, they're playing it well. 31% possession, zero shots though. Arsenal have had four, one cleared off the line, two over the bar, and one I don't remember. It's Saka, oh, corner by Amanda. Comes the corner, oh, straight to Rashworth. There's one on the counter to throw the ball to or kick the ball to. I thought that was a good corner. Could have gone either way that one. That's a foul. Asante. Is it? think Asante. Coventry, I mean, I thought apart from Rushford, all these players, I mean, they've signed Avoni. I don't know whether he's fit or available for this game, but I thought they made more signings. And Ipswich signed a lot of players, and I mean, referee plays the advantage there. Blocked. That might count as a shot, though. 12 minutes in. Nah, I don't think there's been much to bother Rashford in the Coventry goal. I think Onyeka, I mean, although he might have been on loan there, I seem to recall that foul. That seems. I mean, nice to think that the Premier League is back. Lovely diagonal towards release, well read by the defender. Big risk. Taker 1-0. 1-0 Havertz. Oh, that was a big risk. And Havertz has scored 15 minutes in. Terrible. Terrible. They couldn't afford to concede, and now they have. And the defending champions are on their way. It does always feel like that the big players do perform, and it was a big risk by the right back. Just cleared the damn thing. I mean, like, what is he doing there? I mean, Calafiori assist, and then the centre half misses it. I don't know what the other centre half was doing. Nothing Rashford could do. I mean, like, these brain dead decisions will cause, you know, goals to happen, and last man of the mark. I mean, in terms of goals, at least for this season, and that's a big blow. When I thought the best possible result for Coventry could be a draw, and that was The best chance was probably nil-nil, but I mean, if they are going to make mistakes like that, God help them. Saka with his new hairstyle, Rice, Solis, and Arsenal now on the back of that goal offside. And Arsenal are completely dominant when it comes to possession and everything. Arsenal, Odegaard, Rashford should get there. He does, but hesitant at the start. But foul against him, he can't believe it. Trodden on Gabriel's foot. I mean, on shin or something like that. Needs to be careful the way Gabriel has gone down. Doesn't get hurt there. I mean, it's easy to break a metatarsal from there. Is that a foul? Probably is, but he's another one who was diving around on Sunday looking for penalties. I haven't noticed too much of Miles Lewis Kelly in the first few minutes. Mm. Too many burps. Later today, I mean, seems like tomorrow it will be Hull versus Manchester United. Saka looks reasonably fit. It's Odegaard. Oh, could have shot. Can Arsenal too? You know, too much into passing and whatnot. Very strong bench for Arsenal as well tonight. Timber, Saliba, Konsa, Bruno, they aren't even there. Nongard has left. Martinelli, I don't think, is on the bench. It's Odegaard. Rice, can he get himself in a position to shoot? Plays it off. Solis! Oh no, empty net, 2-0. Saka scores. I mean, Arsenal on fire. Absolute fire. That is, I mean, it was what it was. And I mean, the question that I had asked is basically mute now. Mute. And actually, Rashford, his error actually made it worse. Rice does well, plays it to Odegaard, then Rice plays it off to Solis. The defender would have cleared it, but Rashford not sure what he was doing. Basically, putting the ball in the empty net. And obviously, Rashford won't be getting an assist for that, but and 2-0, quarter of the game gone. You would think that this could be game over already. This could be game over already. Arsenal have started like a house on fire. Two goals have come from two errors, and that's a dreadful pass. They haven't shown the referee yet, and I don't even know who the referee is. Could be Craig Pawson, by the looks of it. I mean, Arsenal could actually steamroll Coventry here. Absolutely. They haven't even played that well, and they are 2-0 up, thanks to two mistakes. You can already put Arsenal on top of the table for tonight. I think Coventry. They they do well to score one goal. Two, I doubt that will be the case. Two goals in about 6, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. You have to minimize errors. And in terms of attack, Coventry haven't done anything since about 7, 8 minutes. Havertz, I mean, Coventry can't even get near Arsenal the way they are going. This could be the first yellow card. This is either Bramall or Sam Barrett, the referee. Probably Bramall, Tom Bramall, I think is the name of the referee. Jireneki is the person booked. I mean, Arsenal can now relax slightly, if I can say so. They can relax slightly and transfer third foul. Havertz not happy. I think it's Evike, whatever the name is. I think there are like two hands. I mean, he's not even required to, you know, field back passes. 82% possession in the last 10 minutes for Arsenal. This year, Microsoft, Premier Leagues, sponsors or whatever. Again, ball lost. And now on Arsenal on the counter. Odegaard has the ball. Could have, could have gone forward, gone all the way back. It might work, but shows the lack of quality or lack of that's a dreadful pass. This passing isn't going to take them anywhere. And Jirineki again, no, it's Lun Shauna. This is not going to take Arsenal or sorry Coventry anywhere. Zero touches in the opposition box. El Fiori. I mean, this guy Rashford is making a lot of errors. Now my television screen is frozen. I mean, it was an error from the broadcasters side. And, but Arsenal, they look in cruise control. Have to be honest. You have to be honest. They look in cruise control. Saka, Declan Rice. Coventry, first of all, their passes in the final third are just not working. Then, just not working. And then we have and Arsenal are keeping possession so well. Coventry one shot, and that was barely a shot. It was 20, 30 yards out, and it was blocked almost at source. Odegaard, oh, could have been third, but brilliant block. The Arsenal, Coventry can't even get out of their own third. How the hell are they going to block? I mean, attack. How are they even going to score one goal, let alone two that they need this chance? Oh, that's a foul. That should be a foul by Gabriel. That should be a yellow card as well, in my opinion. It is now given. Also, oh man, I thought commentary attacker might get on the end of it, uh, but it's cleared. So Lee's down. I have to say that was a good bit of skill by Ellis Sims. Kind of work, an opportunity there. Almost. Arsenal were almost in there again. In commentary, in terms of attacking and everything, they've shown very little, very very little. And same sort of routine for Arsenal. Many of them at back post. Comes the corner. Again taking chances instead of getting rid. His Odegaard. cleared this time though by when a week. Skill and trickery. Oh, when Coventry just can't get out of their own final third. Arsenal lining up to shoot appeals for handball. I thought maybe not. I mean, I think it did hit the elbow, but Arsenal are laying siege. They just can't clear. Now I think they will check, but I don't think there will be enough to give a penalty or anything. I think it hit the elbow, the pointy side. Uh, I don't think it was enough. Calafiori with the effort. I don't think. One of the worst things about football these days is these ugly tattoos that you have to fucking watch. I mean, unrelenting pressure just from Arsenal. I expected that, but 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 when they went up 2-0, I thought maybe it would you know not be forthcoming. This long season, you'd probably take your foot off the gas, and that ways. In a way, it's slightly boring, but you knew what you were getting into. Last 5 minutes of the game, of the half, I mean. I mean, it's not been good at all from Coventry. I have to say 2-0 I'm okay with, but I thought I'd see a bit more from them, especially the way they started. But that's the whole reality of football these days. I mean, the gap between the haves and the wannabes is just oh man, idiot. Could have gone right, should have gone right. Get across in somehow. Oh, weird. Over the bar. I mean, I thought Raya had it covered, but Never know how it may have landed. That was a cheeky attempt. I don't think. I think it would have required a monumental error from Raya to for that to go in. Although it was close to being on target, and at least it does count as a shot. I mean, at least an encouraging moment for the Coventry City team. Expect a couple of minutes added on, if that. Saka again, no, again. Chance for Coventry to attack. And if this is how they are going to play, so it's just not going to work. I don't think. And Mosquera, Gabriel have had very little to do. So least shoot doesn't. Is it off free? No free kick. Game continues. Advantage played. Odegaard. Oh, could have been an own goal, but the corner results. Another could have been given as a foul. Although you never know. Was probably a foul. I thought it was probably a foul. 2 minutes added. Corner down to Arsenal. Different routine again. Saka. Odegaard, can he shoot? Oh, deflected behind for another corner, I think. Goal kick. Yeah, came off an Arsenal player. Goal kick. Oh, corner again. That should have been a goal kick. There's Rice on his left foot. Wide, way wide. That should be half time. That should be half time without any damage. I mean, there might still be a couple of kicks. Way wide, way wide. And Lampard, I don't know what his thought process will be, but can't be happy. Can't be that happy with that happy. should be half time. I think it is half time, 2-0 to Arsenal as things stand, and they've been they've been thoroughly dominant, Arsenal, and they've been thoroughly dominant, and well worth their two goals. I mean, even if they weren't gifts, even if they weren't gifts, they were. I mean, they've deserved to be 2-0 up, and they've deserved to be 2-0 up, and they've deserved to be 2-0 up. Absolutely have, uh, and yeah, what can you say? And yeah, I mean, what is Frank Lampard going to? What is Frank? What is what is Frank Lampard going to say? I was just checking the audio. Works fine, I think. Working fine, I think. And what is Frank Lampard going to say in the halftime interval? I mean, they've barely done anything. Barely done anything of note, and yeah, I mean, Coventry have had very little to shout about in this half. Very minimal in terms of what they've done. David Raya, I mean, if Arsenal had played with 10 men, they'd, they'd probably still be 2-0 up. I mean, 10 men, and by 10 men, I mean, without a goalkeeper, they would still be 2-0 up. And I think closing, and you would expect the third goal to go in their direction still. So, I mean, Coventry City really they have they need to do quite a bit, a lot, in my opinion, and uh, honestly can't see them doing it. Can't see them doing it, and that's the sad part. In fact, I can, as we move into the third, sorry, not the third, the second half. As we move into the second half, later into the second half, I'd expect Arsenal players to increase their dominance, and and pile more and more pressure on more and more pressure on more and more pressure on Coventry. And I think when the substitutions take place, more players come on. I think Arsenal will score more goals. Will obviously have more attempts and will test Rashford even more. He might crack, he might not, and he might crack, he might not, and that's where I am. I mean, Coventry City, the quality in the final third, and I mean, if they don't add much in the remaining 10, 11 days, 10 days now, I mean, not 10, 11 days, I think they are in for a bad season. That midfield is nowhere near good enough. I don't know if someone is missing or not. That defense lacks quality, uh, and I mean midfield, attack, defense, everything. In my opinion, is just so far away from quality. I mean, Ipswich at least, Ipswich at least have some, I mean, experience of the Premier League through some of their players, but Coventry, I mean, they could easily finish 19th. I mean, I knew they haven't signed that many players, but I thought they had better quality. Although I might be jumping the gun because I might be jumping the gun because that's the first game of the season, and that's the first game of the season, and that's the first game of the season, and they're playing the champions. So maybe I am jumping the gun. So who knows? Uh, maybe we will see more from Coventry City as we further into the season, and yeah, time will time will of course tell where 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 they end up. Time will of course tell where they end up, and just checking what's going on in the transfer market and yeah, yeah. The second half, not that far away now. 3 or 4 minutes, I think. 3 or 4 minutes to go. The next, let's say 8 9 months are now taken care of in terms of weekends. At least football galore. Obviously, won't be watching all the games, but will be watching more than 50 60%, keeping track of what's happening, what's not happening, and whatnot. I mean, not expecting too many, not expecting too many changes at halftime at least, and then we'll see where we end up. We'll see where we end up, and if you offered commentary 2-0 loss, will they take it? They probably will. They probably, let's use the word budgeted for a 2-0 loss against Arsenal away. So I doubt they would be. I doubt they would be too upset over this defeat if it is to be a defeat. But you would want to see more from your. You would want to see more from your team and whatnot. We'll see. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes, and I mean, I'm getting diverted towards you know what's happening in the transfer window as well. Although not much is happening right now. A couple of minutes remaining, I think, before the before the game can can kick off in the second half. So, yeah. में चलते रहे प्यार की शोलों जलते रहे दिलरुबा दिल पे तू ये सितम ये जान. What a song, Mohammed Rafi. Yeah, the second half, not that far away, less than a minute, I'd say, if I had to guess. Waiting for the second half to begin. Has begun. It has begun, guys. Arsenal once again in possession, in command, whichever metric you want to look at. It's been, uh, it's been, uh, it's been Gunners all the way, and you would have expected that zero shots on target thus far for the Coventry team. I don't even know what the nickname is. It should be in the back of my mind. It isn't. By the way, if you don't know, Coventry are from Midlands. Football played in offside Osaka. Good that decision was given early. Must have been clear and obvious. Frank Lampard scored so many goals on this ground, but as a manager, obviously, he's here as an underdog. I can't see how Coventry score a goal. Physically, in terms of pace, etc., they're lacking all over the pitch. Again, foul not given. I don't know whether I like it or dislike it. Oh man, it's been a long day. Hence the yawns. And I woke up so late. It's been what? If it is 1:30, around 12 hours ago. Didn't even go for a walk today. Chance for a Martin Odegaard. Could have taken a shot. It's Rice. Oh, sorry, White. Oh, 3-0. Another mistake, I think. Martin Odegaard scores from his right foot 48 minutes in 3-0 to Arsenal. I don't know whether that was the deflection, but another terrible error by Carl Rushworth. I don't know what happened. Let me just have a look before change the score. Anyways, I have to do it. 3-0, and Carl Rushworth has to do better. That is just disgusting. Not sure what he is doing. He has to stop that. That's a, that's a big goal. I mean, as I said, in the opening games of any sport, any tournament, you expect big games to be motivated for that game. Later in the season, later in the season, you see other players coming to the fore, and others have That one terrible performance by Carl Rashford. Absolutely dreadful. I mean, this could be easily be 5 or 6. Ball. Solis. Oh, too much height on the ball and too much pace. Coventry City. 3 goals. Two by keeper errors. One another error. You cannot be making those mistakes. Next up, we've got Hull. Oh, ball lost again. Is Saka. Over tipped away by Rashford. It was not Saka, it was Miles Lewis Kelly. Fuck this referee cam. Arsenal haven't even scored from a corner. This was expected basically. Saka. Oh. I mean, comment. The game is obviously gone now. Still about 40 minutes remaining if you add the added time. But I mean, there's very little commentary have shown in attack, defense. Oh, ball. I mean, even in there's very little composure from this commentary team. Even the normal passes quality is very, very, very little. Chance to show something for Coventry. That's oh man, that could have been close, but then on the counter, you're always worried that it could be Arsenal's time again. Over, man. Couple of nice little moments for Coventry, but very little, and I don't think it will amount to anything basically. Corner Coventry conceded by Saka. refereeing. They're carrying so many equipments. I think the watch, there's something wrong with the watch, although it seems to be working fine now. Corner. Again. Oh, that's terrible. There's Odegaard. That's bad pass. Offside. Solis should have been played, and Odegaard could have played him earlier. Clearly offside. But Coventry City, I mean, they're not showing much. I know it's against the champions, but they're not showing anything. They can't keep the ball, they can't pass. Goalkeeper has been awful thus far. Can shoot from here if they can. I mean, they can't control the damn fucking ball even. How are they even going to score a goal? I mean, they're off. Chowna, another dreadful pass, lacking anything quality. He can't control the damn ball. What is he trying to do? And Coventry City need reinforcements. They need them badly. They need them real badly. That is because it's been a shoddy display. Very, very, very bad. I mean, the next 30 minutes, there might be a couple of goals, maybe more. But they're basically academic in my eyes. Game's done. Arsenal can keep the ball for all they want. Calafiori! Oh! Shot from Zulis? No, no Zulis. Corner deflected behind and When it goes on target, looks like a good player, Christos Zolis. Saka. Oh, chance for goal. I mean, the passing is so shoddy from so shoddy from Coventry. I mean, they are the champions of the championship. The quality is so piss poor, it's unbelievable. Top coming on for Yannick who's on a yellow card. It's like I I don't want to be too disrespectful, but there shouldn't be that big a gap between two Premier League sides. The gap is just too far too big. It just is too big. 13 shots to two, 4 on target, 3 goals. Has Rashford saved anything? Rashford, Zolis, another corner. I mean, I've barely seen anything of Brendan Thomas Asante. Ellis seems slightly third forward. Who's that? I don't even remember the name. It's just not been good at all. Declan Rice to take the corner, messing around, cleared this time. Oh, good save by Rashford. That was a fantastic save. It came through a trees of legs, or whatever it's called. Another corner, throw in with it corner. I don't know. The angle is difficult to decipher from here. Showing a few commentators. After tonight, one of 38 knocked off the list. we go. That's another terrible ball. Just just very little quality. I mean, the fullbacks in terms of attack barely seen. That's a goal kick. Substitution now. Game of Christian Mascara. Saka going off. Medveke coming on. Zubimendi probably for Declan Rice. Thankfully, I was just thinking that thankfully there have been no hydration breaks. I mean, it's only Coventry, so Arsenal would know that they can't be getting too carried away with what they've done so far. Long way to go, long way, long way to go. And who knows which way? Brendan Thomas Asante and Sims coming on off. Jack Rudoni and Taiwo Awoni coming on. 3-0. This could be anything, but I think the next 20 minutes there'll be. Game has flowed. I will say this. This Odegaard headed away. This team doesn't look good at all. Oh, what a ball! Really, really good ball. Sliced by Zolis. That lemon pickle that I ate. When e-bike, the long throw. Again, Coventry is trying too much of the stuff. That they're trying stuff that is never going to come off. I don't think. Arsenal relentlessly pressing, and the foul must should have been given the first time round, but wasn't. Ethan Marino and Mikel Marino and Everett coming on for Solis and Odegaard. 17, 18 minutes to go. Coventry were bad in the first half, and they've gotten worse in the second. Too many burps, too many. And Arsenal are really, really being relentless here. Coventry, they don't have the time to even breathe. Thankfully, it happens naturally. This is what you call a champion's performance. Coventry, they need to improve. Just let the ball run there. If I were a Coventry fan, I'd be worried. But let's see. There's still 10 days to go. There's still 10 days to go. You never know what might happen. This game, you'd expect, has gotten a bit boring. Not much happening. Arsenal pressing, and then Coventry happy to defend. They know the game is gone. They know the game is gone. Has game was gone at 3-0, 1-0, 2-0. They were making mistakes under pressure, and some were unforced errors. Cross comes in. Oh, Fury there. Incapie on for Calafiori. He was sent off in the last game for Ecuador for covering his mouth while talking to an opponent. Last 10 minutes, Madueke, not sure what he's trying to do. Something good might come of it, but doesn't over the bar. Gustavo Hammer now coming on. This. I don't know what to say. This is just one way traffic. Arsenal, 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 all the way. They can't do anything. Oh, that should have been 3-1. Top. That header has to go in. I mean, seriously, if you have to survive in this, Nkapie fouls him, but that was after the contact had been made, and Jack Rudoni, not top. and that's Coventry's best chance. That had to go in. I mean, no Jokeres. I thought we might have seen him, but no Jokeres tonight. Five substitutions made, I think. Rice or Odegaard off, Solis off, Marino, Calafiori off, three, Rice, Odegaard, Marino, Calafiori off, Solis off, Madweke on, Saka off. I mean, realizing foul on Avoni, Ivo Avoni. And Lampard has to be disappointed with what his team has shown. Maybe to some extent it was expected, but last minute 90 comfortable for Arsenal. That is a dreadful free kick. Absolutely dreadful. Right. 90 minutes played. Have they been? Would make it 4 minutes added now. Oh, Rashford. I mean, he is making everything difficult. Look difficult. For me, that shouldn't be a difficult save to make. Just 4 minutes added. I'm so tired. I don't know what to say. 3 goals, Havertz, Saka, and then Odegaard. Stadium is almost half empty. They've gone home. Coventry shown very little. I'd probably log on, try and get some sleep, and then see you tomorrow. What is this that Coventry are trying? By the way, I can't get my head around it. Of course, the game is gone. I'll end the poll. 20 seconds remaining. Seconds. Yes, I mean, I was I was worried about my team Newcastle United, but looking at this, and if Coventry are that bad, imagine Ipswich and Hull. Surely can't Newcastle can't be going down, and I didn't think they would go down, but I mean that's the pessimistic me. I am intrinsically pessimistic. Obviously, time is up. By the way, genuinely think I mean, negative thoughts rush to my mind, but let's see. Full time 3-0 Arsenal. It has finished. Full time Arsenal have beaten Coventry City 3-0. Warm handshake between the two managers, and I mean, more or less, this result was expected, and it is what it is. And guys, I'll take you leave. If you can do me a favor and leave a like on the video, and maybe consider subscribing, then that would be a big favor for me. And if you can do it, uh, it'll be. If you're already a subscriber, then please do leave a like. And if you've already done that, then thank you very much. Then thank you very much. I'll take your leave. I'm really tired. Yeah. So thank you for those who tuned in. Those who didn't, well, that's their loss. I'll see you in my next few videos. Till then, take care. Stay safe. Bye for now.